So let me just jump into the topic for today, which is wellness and beauty. And before I hand over to the panel, let me very quickly welcome and introduce the fantastic panel that we have today and this afternoon. So let me first start with introducing Shikha. Shikha Jain, she is the owner of the brand Neev, which is a herbal handmade soap. And she has also been passionate and is the founding trustee of Neev, which also stands for New Education and Environment Visions. Thank you, Shikha, for joining us, and we are delighted to have you here on the panel.
And let me start with Shikha. Let me ask you this question. Neev is a social enterprise. And what has happened over this last 100 days? How have you handled the impact of lockdown? What are the things you have done? And more importantly, where do you stand today when you look at things happening in your business?
Yeah, I think the lockdown has really changed our business, completely inner and outer ways. Because previously we were more into retail exhibitions, and I think it was only 20 to 25% share of the online business. But today our business is almost the same, but the share of online business is 70 to 75%. And the retail and obviously exhibitions are nowhere, it's zero, but the retail has gone down to 20 to 25%. So this has totally reversed the situation in the outer sales front. And even at the back end, all our energies are right now going in putting up, more online material, like engaging our online customer base, making more of our online presence material for posts and product pictures, everything. So, and it has given us also an opportunity to engage a lot of, youth with us. As you said, that we are a social enterprise. So we have a lot of around a team of about 10 college-going students who are interning with us and working a lot on the digital media presence of ours. So we've been able to utilize their talents in promoting our online presence. So this has given us also an opportunity to promote ourselves, and they have got an opportunity to utilize their skills. So that has been at the back end, and at the very basic operations also. Our team is now engaged more in online orders and engaging with those things. So yeah, the main thing is that it has shifted from retail to online. That's all.
Shikha, that's tremendous news. I mean, in the sense that what you did mention also is that your sales have actually not dropped in this period
Yes. Yeah.
and they've
So
shifted.
I guess, yeah, I think one of the reasons is because we are into basic, personal cleansing products. And that's an industry which will be always in demand, whether there are economic, vagaries or even if lockdowns. But because people will always require, this is a basic necessity. So that is why I think we are better placed against those who are in luxury segment or even, yeah, right.
Thanks, Shikha. Which Okay. No, this is great, Stan. And Shikha, you had a question, right?
I don't have a question. I actually wanted to speak a little bit on beauty from within, if
Yes,
I'm
please.
allowed to.
Yes.
Okay. So I think, we have to understand this concept of beauty from within little more. So I think it has to do more not with physical well-being, not of the body and the mind. It's about recognizing something beyond the body and the mind. It's a spiritual well-being. what the happiness and the peace are not the things of the body and mind, I guess. I think it is rather something beyond. So it doesn't matter whether we have some physical ailment or we are suffering from some disease. A person who's loving, a person who is kind, a person who is more aware of the soul within is a person who is very beautiful from within. In spite of being physically unwell, that doesn't really matter. He might be suffering from cancer, but if he's a kind hearted person, and if he is aware of his soul and his, which, because the soul is something which is unaffected by all the outer factors, and that is something which is like a screen on which all our outer life is playing out, and that screen remains totally if that screen is clear, and if we are aware of that unaffected part within us, which leads to the peace and the happiness. So that is what I think is the beauty from
That
within.
that is an amazing insight, Shweta, and I think, sorry, Shikha, and this is where the thing about we talk about Ayurveda, we talk about products, but you talk about meditation, you talk about spirituality, and bringing this into the realm of beauty. I think is something again we can work towards. As East has given a lot of those solutions, bringing spiritual beauty into the conversation, spiritual wellness leading to that particular comment which you made is a great build on this. Um, Let me just, Shikha, you were saying you wanted to say something about, I saw this about when Subodh was talking about marketing, because you don't do any marketing and still you have such a good, authentic brand out there. But in the future, are you going to reach out to consumers to spread the message?
Yeah, I think I would speak a little about, introduce a little about what we are. So we are a rural women's enterprise. We have around 40 to 50 rural women. We cultivate our own herbs, and we have around 150 products, which are all based on Ayurveda and aromatherapy formulations. And so we don't use much of chemicals, like a minimum possible, and everything is made by hand, and all the traditional processes of making. So yeah, and as we said, we at the heart is the spirituality aspect and the social aspect of our organization. So we do this more to provide the livelihood in the rural area for the sustainable development of this area, and we are into education, we are into other livelihood opportunities for people also. So we haven't done much of marketing, and as I was sharing a little earlier, that the only work that has been done, we have cosmetic license, we are also exporting, and we have like enough to sustain ourselves. So every single thing of our organization has been done by human capital. We took a loan of 60,000 rupees in 2008, and established our unit in under Khadi. So 60,000 is absolutely nothing. But and we have every single thing of our organization has been done by volunteers from across the world. They have come and stayed with us, and they have contributed in preparing our product, packaging, pictures, brochures, online presence, our website. We haven't spent anything at all, and we haven't marketed. Whatever marketing has been done by our own school kids. And right now also, it is being done. Whatever, if you see online presence of us, is quite good. It's comparable to good brands, and it is all done by the college students. And so, as I said, that it's human capital on which our organization is based. So yeah,
I think, Shekhar, this is great news for a lot of people who are entrepreneurs, the budding entrepreneurs who are,
yeah.
that it doesn't, if you have an authentic product, you have a passion behind it,
Yes.
go and design it around the consumer needs. What is very important is if you have those right, then
Yeah,
the word of the message can be spread.
absolutely. So it is
Talking
a
a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a research that 80% of the sales, actual sales, happen through word of mouth and not really through advertisements and through, packaging or anything. So we never had any idea of that we'll be becoming a brand or anything. We always just, were passionate about making products which are being demanded by people for the sake of what problems they are having. So that is what we addressed, and that is how we have survived. And I think, yeah, this is what is everybody is being talking about, that this is what is required: authentic product, back to Ayurveda, back to traditional ways, and back to beauty from within. Yeah.
Okay, Shikha.
Yeah, okay. I think surely this is the right time to for the budding entrepreneurs to enter into the beauty and wellness industry, because it's undergoing a huge transformation in terms of the concept of beauty, the ways of achieving it, and as well as in the ways of delivering it. So those who are able to deeply understand and grasp the shift which is happening in the people's conception and the requirement, they will surely be able to replace the old players who are well established. And for a modern man or woman, I think beauty is now not about just looking superficially attractive. It is, or just in parties or when you are going out, it is about feeling beautiful all day long, all life long. And it requires that we revisit our traditional natural approach to beauty and wellness. And so my suggestion for the newcomers is to look at the wisdom of the old and learn from it.
Well said, Shikha. Look at the wisdom of the old and learn from it.
Hi, okay, so I'll try and keep this quick. The first one is for Shikha. It's moving to a relatively recent topic in the news. Does Hindustan Lever's recent move to drop the fair from Fair and Lovely, will that play a significant role in altering the mindset of girls in semi-urban and village areas to understand the danger of fair color obsession?
I would, share my own view about it. So in Gita, there's a verse that, which says that how much ever better is the work of the other or the dharma of the other. For you, your own swadharma is the best. So you should be original. You should be what you are from within. You should do so that extends to not just your dharma, but and your karma. But I think to every aspect of life, that you should be what you are from within, and you should not try to copy anybody, because that's not wise and it's wasteful. You'll never be able to become what the other is. So. Uh, so whether you are having not the best of nose and best of lips or best of color, but what you are born with, you enhance that. That's your strength, and that's what you are, and you should stay happy with that, and you should enhance that. And so that is what I think is the philosophy I would promote for anybody, even for my girls in my unit. I always discouraged them to, use any makeup or anything, because I said that you are beautiful just like you are. And if you are happy and if you have a face which is, energetic, so that's about it. So, and I think this whole shift in the perception will happen at the top level. So by top, I would say the intelligentsia, the thinking people, the people who are setting trends. So industry leaders, the activists, the think tank of the society, they have to, promote these trends, and from top down, it will flow to the villages, to the semi-urban areas. And yeah, that is where the activists and the industry leaders have to take it up, and they have to not think just of profit, but of the values they are creating in the society. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. The next one is perhaps Manoj and also Shikha can weigh in, because it relates to smaller brands. The number of very good, relatively new beauty and wellness brands in India, but they all struggle with scale. Do you see any new big windows for go-to-market opening up? to help such brands?
Shikha, you want to
Yeah,
start?
I think again it'll depend on how well the brand owners understand the market and the trends in the industry. Uh, like smaller brands like us, we are not really, well aware of all the trends in the market and all, and we are also not motivated, or we don't even imagine big scales because we are not exposed to them. We don't move in those circles. So we grow organically. There are no big leaps that come up. So, but I think that's just fair enough. And I think smaller brands will grow organically, and but they will always be more stable if they are able to stay. So they will be more stable. Yeah, and I don't mind that at all. I think small is beautiful, so it's just fine. And just understanding the practically the current trends, like on shifting to online marketing and all, so that helps. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you absolutely said this, Shikha, about online marketing being one of the ways for smaller brands now to get faster.
Yeah, I think it has, sorry, one second. I think it has brought democracy in the market.
Democracy.
So, because now, like even the smaller brands, if they have a good ways of communicating with the customers, good, product pictures and posts and all, if they are creative enough, they can reach out to the customers. And so they don't need the expensive advertisements, and they don't need to bring in beauty pageants or film stars to advertise their products. So it has democratized the market, online presence. So I think, yeah, that way the smaller entrepreneurs have a lot of chance.
I think Ankash has answered everything. I just add one more point is that within e-commerce there are many new emerging channels, sub-channels within e-commerce coming in. So it's not only the purview of Amazon and Flipkart. So for example, there is another channel, it's called Mizo, for example.
Yeah. Mm.
It connects to 3 million households, women in households, women entrepreneurs. It's also like a social network
Yeah,
like
we
yours.
are on
And these
this
3
right now.
million women basically sell to 10 million more households, which they know. So brands can really collaborate. They can actually go into these social enterprises, which are also forming within the digital space.
Yeah.
And this actually gives not only democratization, but it also gives a sort of a governance which really favors the smaller and unknown brands.